Hi, everybody. My name is Ella Shelby from Power Intelligence. Today, I will utilize my Power Intelligence skills to perform a remote mind probe on Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, to uncover the undeniable truth within his mind and what is going on around him. Today I am joined by Anna, and she's going to be asking me a series of questions relating to this character.
Morning, Ella. So, Sean John Coombs, better known by his stage name, Diddy, as you said, and formerly Puff Daddy and P. Diddy, lots of various names for him, is an American rapper, record producer, and record executive. He was born in November 1969 in Harlem, and then he was raised in Mount Vernon. Coombs worked as a talent director at Uptown Records before founding his own record label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. Coombs is a three-time Grammy winner and one of the most influential hip-hop producers of the past 3 decades. Was he talented, Ella?
Yeah, his talent was the gift of going to a private school, meeting the right people to help him make money. Talking, he had the gift of the gab of making connections. He rode on other young people's talent for a long time. He used and abused the talented people he signed up to help their careers, even to the point of stealing their songs and music. This will come out as this court case actually does go on. He rode on the coattails of other people. To Diddy, they were just an income. He wanted to mold them into his world and how he wanted them to be.
Ella, take us through his early years.
Yeah. His father, Marilyn Combs, was sexually abusive towards his mother, Janice Combs. He witnessed the abuse even though he was so young. Children are like sponges and they absolutely absorb everything. His father used to invite male friends over and abuse women, but they paid for these women. Although his memories are quite scattered from his childhood, he absorbed a lot of this before he died. I feel his father died around the age of 3 or 4. He was very young. Um, I can see his father doing lines of cocaine on the table. I can see clearly that his father's actions significantly impacted him. Many of his crimes he committed stem from the unconscious actions he witnessed as a child. So, as these feelings started to build up in him, he really didn't know where they were coming from. That's the interesting thing. He is also a victim of sexual abuse himself, inflicted by lodgers. I do get more than one person in his mother's home. There was one male lodger in particular, um, told him to keep it a secret or he would kill his mother. Despite his abuse, he excelled at school and everything that he touched turned to gold. Once he became sexually active, that's when the abuse surfaced in his mind. At first, it sat in his mind like a bad dream. Images would flick in and out. Combs himself is actually bisexual. He started to dream about underage children due to their innocence, along with men and women under the age of 35. Firstly, Combs started his substance abuse quite young, around the age of 25.
Ella, federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York have charged Coombs with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Is he guilty of all of these crimes?
Yes, he's guilty of every single crime. The abuse started to become alive out of his fantasy world into his real conscious, tangible mind when he was around 35. And little by little, the more famous and the more money he made, the seeded of abuse world inside his head became a tangible reality. He started with buying and selling A-class drugs, bribery and racketeering. The men, women, and children were brought in from different parts of the world. Their passports were taken from them. He hosted lavish parties and invited many wealthy people to partake in his crimes. I can actually see sex orgies, forcing people to have sex together and him watching. Children with musical talent were abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. Some of them, their parents actually gave him, in a sense, guardianship to take care of them and nurture their talents, but he was abusing them. And because they were so young, they really didn't understand what was happening to them. A few went on to do very well in the music industry, a few of them, even though they were abused.
Story of hell so far, Ella. So, did Coombs use his employees and his resources and influence in the music industry to create a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in attempted to engage in, amongst other crimes, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice? This is all the stuff that he's accused of. So talk us through this, Ella.
It was a vast network, not just in America, it's abroad as well. He has links in different countries. Don't forget, this man was a multi-billionaire, so it's a huge network. And some of it is still up and running due to the massive amounts of money it is worth. The movement of drugs is still going on quite a big scale.
And forced labor, Ella?
Yes, very much so. It was all about profit and money to Combs. He's got no emotions. He's completely attached from his emotions, and everything is about him.
Kidnapping, Ella, do you think?
Oh, definitely. Passports were taken from victims that entered America and other parts of the world. Some of these victims have not seen their families in years.
Arson?
Yes, if you did not pay your dues or threaten his organization in any way, or you say you're going to the police, you would lose your home, your business, and be beaten, and threats upon family as well if you did not behave.
Bribery's been mentioned as well in the press, Ella.
Yes, one had to keep their mouth shut as so not to lose everything. And also, he'd take money from people that didn't have a lot of money as well.
That's just cruel. So, obstruction of justice, then, I guess, as well.
Yeah, this went on for years to cover all the crimes.
The indictment alleges that he induced female victims and made male sex workers into drug-fueled sexual performances dubbed freak-offs. A lot has been said about this. Is it true, Ella?
Yeah, all of it's true. The substances made them addicts, leaving them completely and utterly empty, like shells of human beings, and also needing urgent medical attention due to the internal and external abuse that happened. Also, many of them became very underweight. This is when he would get rid of them. You're probably wondering why I can do this. What I actually do is I go into his mind, and it's a bit like watching television, and I can filter through all that I'm actually asking him. So it's not like living it for real. It's like television.
It's amazing gift, talent of yours, Ella, and it's a good job that you're not actually directly feeling those emotions because it's horrifying listening to what you have to say about him. It's bad enough reading it in the press, but to hear you actually, um, tap into his energy and his life is quite something.
Yeah, I trained to do this in America. So it is a process, like a protocol that you need to go through. Because I've been doing it since 2003, I've actually added my own bits, but the basic protocol is actually still there.
Coming back to Coombs, Ella, so what would happen if anyone threatened his authority or his reputation?
Oh, he would destroy them on every level, completely destroy them. There's no more to it. Very, very cruel man.
Jurors were given a list of 190 celebrities who are massive Hollywood actors and elite musicians who might have been referenced during the trial. Using your para intelligence, what can you hear and see going on in the courtroom?
I can hear names, I can hear accents from different parts of the world. Not everybody is American, and ages of those who helped him. For legal reasons, I cannot state any names. I need to protect myself because this is an ongoing court case, and it's only the judge that can release names when they're actually ready. This situation is likely to continue for around 10 years. Each person involved, I get at least 18 people, men and women, are involved in his crimes, well behind the scenes. They are not famous, but they paid very well for aiding Combs.
There looks to be a mountain of evidence, including the shocking hotel video of Cassie Ventura being attacked. Some have already bravely spoken about their ordeals. Will more celebs be sharing their abuse?
Yes, there will be. Some will never step forward due to the shame of being known as a victim. And they also want to be known for their talents, not for the abuse. But yes, more people will step forward. Like I said, this is going to go on and on for around 10 years.
It's alleged that he has ruined hundreds of lives. Tony Busby, who is a lawyer from Houston, announces he's representing 120 different claimants, 60 male and 60 female accusers. This has been recorded into the press. And he claims that 25 of these accusers were children at the time of the alleged offences by Diddy. Is this true?
Yes, the whole lot is true. Many people have been victims of Combs, not running into the hundreds, running into the thousands. And yes, there are underage children brought in from many different parts of the world and sexually abused. But he also had talented children under his wing, like I said before, that he was using and abusing. Um, but he always dangled that carrot that you will be famous, you will be rich. That's how he got away with it.
Makes me so angry. How did he get away with all of these crimes for so many years, Ella?
Yeah, he made it his business to know the right people who could cover for him. Again, I need to be very careful what I say legally, but I can say this, people in the legal, political, and policing professions, basically he would give them backhanders for them to stay quiet. Some people are not around due to his threatening his lifestyle. Anybody who threatened his lifestyle, some of them, when they pushed and pushed and pushed, are no longer here. He started with mental abuse. He would use his power to destroy your career. He would also target people wanting to make it big in the music industry. Like I was saying before, they said nothing due to his power. A lot of his behavior and outbreaks were due to addiction. He was addicted to drugs. For some of the victims, he made them feel like they had made it in every way, pardon me, and he told them how wonderful they are, brought expensive gifts, even wined and dined the women and even the men as well. The list goes on, and then the abuse started. By then, they felt they were doing something wrong. The list goes on and on and on. The way he got away with it, essentially, fame and money. That's how he got away with it. Were the core reasons why, like I was saying, he got away with it.
Will there be justice for these victims, Ella?
Yes, the legal teams for each victim will tear the underground wealth and registered tax wealth that he has apart. They will claim monies on each count of abuse for each victim, what they experienced. The judges will have no problem with the victims calling out to millions for their horrid abuse. His children will rise up and want some of their father's financial wealth. The legal system will clearly see that the children had everything they needed to lead good lives and have the money they have already been given. They will receive nothing. So if they don't utilize the money carefully with what they have, they're going to end up with nothing because there's far too many victims. Abuse or not, he had the money to get the best treatment in the world for abuse, the abuse that he was doing to people. He could get specialist counseling. And also, he was addicted to sex. And there is treatment for that as well, and drug abuse. There's no excuse at all for what he did to thousands of people. This is a hard one as well. He also was abusive towards innocent animals.
So all of this is pretty horrendous, Ella. But he was well known in the profession. So what was it actually like working with Diddy?
He was a nightmare, very verbally abusive, psychologically, throwing temper tantrums and throwing things, very controlling. He was very self-centered. And he had staff cleaning up after his sex parties to cover it all up. So that if it was in hotel rooms or rented space, there wouldn't be any signs of what he did.
Though he's in prison now. How is he actually handling prison himself?
Yeah, due to the sex trafficking of women, men, and especially children, he has been placed in solitary confinement. Due to the death threats he has received from inmates. He has been attacked and beaten. He could not fight his way out of a wet paper bag. He's all air. All his abuse was air. And he would when it come to physically being abusive, he was only physically abusive towards people that were much weaker than him. He will try to take his own life as well. The inmates don't care about the rest of the charges, but abusing children for them is a step too far for what these hardcore criminals accept. There will be a film made about him in years to come. Now, the agreement is actually going to be that the proceeds of this film, the profits, not all of the profits, I'd say more than 25%, which will be quite a lot, will go to the victims, that they are getting something out of it. And all their names will be changed as well for their protection.
Thank you, Ella.
Hmm. So at
It's
last, we get this horrible man out of society. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it may be difficult hearing some of the things that he got up to. Take care and bye for now.